In this video, I would like to demonstrate for you the use of skel or /etc/skel, the default skeleton directory. It's a location where starter files can be placed. You can add any files and directories to this directory location that you then want each and every user to have by default when that account is created on the system. Typically, skel may contain several user configuration files and may also contain organizational policy guides. So let's take a look at how you might use this directory. I happen to be right now in my user account home directory /home/nos120. In my home directory, I'm going to take a look at the files that might be there, and we can see that I have created a file welcome.txt. We can take a look at the contents of this file just for curiosity purposes, and it happens to be a little welcome message from our fictional company ABC Corp to a new employee. Well, I might want that file along with company policy manuals and perhaps some customization configuration files to all be loaded into a home directory for each new user account that I create. So to accomplish this is actually quite an easy task. There is, by default, the skel directory. So I am going to copy welcome.txt to skel. Before I do that, let's take a look at the last few lines of our password file. And we can see that the most recent user that we added is Bob. And I'm going to go look at Bob's home directory. We can see that that is home Bob from the etc password file. So let's go look in home Bob, and we can see that Bob has nothing in his home directory. We did not have anything in the skel directory when we created Bob's account, and it was just created fresh and new. So let's look in skel and list. And indeed, this skel directory is empty. Now, at this point, I am going to go and copy from my home directory welcome.txt and put it right here in skel. We will have to do that with account elevation. It is an administrative level task, so this is not very surprising. So now, if I do the list, I see that welcome.txt indeed exists in the skel directory. So let's make a new user. I will use the user add command and make sure that user has a home directory when they are created. We'll make Mary Jones be our new user. We'll give her the bash shell, and she will just have the login ID Mary. Let's make sure Mary has a password, and we'll enter it twice, and the password has been created successfully. It could be any password at this point. Mary just has to be informed of the password so that she can log in at a later time. But here is the beauty of Etsy Skel. Let's now go to, well, let's look at the last few lines there in the password file, and we can see that Mary's account is now accounted for. Mary Jones, her home directory is Home Mary. So let's go look there. And see what exists. There's the file, welcome.txt, automatically distributed to Mary's home directory without any additional work on the administrator's part when the account was created. So, a very valuable tool and technique for Linux account administrators, Etsy Skel.